First, I just want to say thanks to the Chamber. I'm honored to be here tonight, and I appreciate the opportunity to share more about what we do and some of the challenges that we're facing. So I am Tricia Hoagland. I'm the director of now what's called the Oberle Academy, and formerly the Gladys H. Oberle School. And we're located right here in downtown Fredericksburg. We are a private, nonprofit school, so we're not associated with the public school systems. So we're facing very different issues. Funding is the primary issue right now. We serve 100% of students who have disabilities, and they are displaced from the public school systems. So the public schools look to us to say, hey, we can't meet this child's needs, can you help us? Because they have an obligation to educate that child, but they can't. So they contract our services, and we serve the child. The issue that we're facing, like I said, is funding. There are, I guess, folks out there who are trying to mandate what our rates can be. So we are reliant upon the students' tuition. So in essence, the public school systems are paying for the child to come and receive our services. And it's very expensive, it's very specialized. We have about a 1-to-4 teacher-to-student ratio. And right now that equates to about $77,000 a year tuition per child. And you know, as a nonprofit, you know, we're reliant on those monies. But the government wants to come and say, oh, well, you can only charge X amount of money. Well, little do they know what it costs to really support all the needs of that child. And we're not going to be able to do that if you cap us and say, oh, you know, only $50K, that's all you can do, for example. With that being said, you know, we have a highly specialized staff, but if I can't, you know, pay you what you you know, deserve, or what competitors are being paid within the public school systems, I'm not going to be able to attract qualified personnel to provide those services. So that's the primary thing that we are facing. We do have a lot of advocates who are fighting to pause that, but ultimately that has been presented to legislation, and the governor will either approve it or deny it. So we are obviously hoping that it is denied because it's supposed to go into effect July 1. And I did the same thing. I'm following kind of, okay, now, next, so trends. You know, I'm not going to speak much about COVID, but a lot of what we do is we want to equip our students with skills that they can take with them after they leave high school to give back to the community, to be contributing members. So a lot of what we do is work training, career and technical education, so that they have a skill set. So that when they leave high school, that they're not sitting unemployed and, you know, draining the system. The issue with that is, you know, research shows that people with disabilities are 2 times as likely to remain unemployed than folks without disabilities. And so, you know, we're facing all these hiring crises as they are, but then folks that have disabilities are facing even different obstacles. So when COVID hit, we weren't able to continue practicing and implementing some of the services that we did. Community-based learning was one of them. We have a program called Education for Employment. So I really look to partners like you, where I can send students to your organization where they're in essence volunteering or shadowing, so that they're gaining authentic work skills and work experiences to help support their futures. So I would say we're really always looking for new partners. So perhaps some of you in this room tonight might be interested in partnering and seeing how you can better support your organization while helping support someone with a disability, so that in the future they can give back to the community. And then lastly, upcoming projects. We are working right now on a cosmetology program, so I'm really excited about that. Primarily because our career and tech education right now is kind of male oriented. We have carpentry, building trades, you know, of course there are females that pursue those outlets, but for the most part, they are male students. So cosmetology is something that is going to appeal more to some of our female students. And I do know that cosmetology is a trade that is going to be very feasible for the types of students that we serve. I think I'm like way under time.
Keep going.
Yeah, well, and I'll just wrap it up. Yeah, the funding piece, it is, it's so unfortunate because, you know, government, you know, there are folks that are just so disconnected from what we do and trying to, you know, tell us how we have to do things. So if you know, are an advocate and you want to help us fight the battle, you know, come and talk to me and I'll let you know what you need to do. So thank you.
I can see it.